Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe for more mind-blowing space updates and hit the notification bell so you never miss a cosmic revelation. This is going to blow your mind. NASA has just revealed a solar storm threat that could change everything we know about our place in the universe. Did you know that our sun, the star that gives us life and warmth, can also throw a cosmic tantrum? Imagine an explosion on its surface so powerful it could swallow our entire planet many times over. This isn't science fiction. It's a very real phenomenon known as a solar storm. These storms are not just distant light shows. They are massive eruptions of energy and matter that travel across space. Sometimes Earth happens to be directly in their path. The consequences of such an encounter could be far more disruptive than most people realize, reaching deep into the fabric of our modern, technology-dependent lives. We often take our star for granted, but it has a powerful, wild side. So what exactly is a solar storm? Think of it like a giant stellar sneeze. Our sun is a huge ball of hot, electrically charged gas. This gas is constantly moving, creating powerful magnetic fields. Sometimes these magnetic fields get tangled up and then suddenly snap, like a stretched rubber band breaking. This violent release of energy is called a solar flare. It can also launch a colossal cloud of solar material into space, a phenomenon known as a coronal mass ejection, or CME. This cloud, filled with charged particles, travels at incredible speeds, millions of miles per hour, across the solar system. These cosmic events are a natural part of our star's life cycle. The sun goes through periods of high and low activity, known as the solar cycle, which lasts about 11 years. During the peak of this cycle, called the solar maximum, the sun is much more active. It produces more sunspots, more solar flares, and more coronal mass ejections. We are currently approaching one of these peaks, which means the chances of a major solar storm heading our way are increasing. It's a reminder that we live in a dynamic, ever-changing cosmic neighborhood, where events happening 93 million miles away can have a direct impact on our world. Understanding these phenomena isn't just an academic exercise. It's a matter of planetary importance. We are like cosmic sailors on spaceship Earth, navigating the vast ocean of the cosmos. Just as ancient mariners learned to read the clouds and the stars to predict storms at sea, we must learn to read the signs from our own star. The sun's activity is the most significant form of space weather that affects us. By studying its moods and cycles, we can better prepare for the storms it sends our way, ensuring our technological civilization can weather the blast and continue to thrive in our corner of the universe. Recently, NASA's most advanced solar observatories like the Parker Solar Probe and the Solar Dynamics Observatory have given us an unprecedented look at the sun's behavior. They have revealed something startling. The current solar cycle is ramping up much faster and is proving to be far more intense than many scientists had originally predicted. This isn't just a minor statistical adjustment, it's a cosmic warning shot across our bow. NASA has observed a dramatic increase in the frequency and intensity of solar flares and coronal mass ejections, suggesting that we are in for a particularly stormy period of solar weather in the coming months and years. This new data challenges our previous models and forces us to reconsider our preparedness. The sun is essentially waking up from its slumber with more vigor than anticipated. NASA's scientists are now working around the clock to analyze this new stream of information. They are tracking massive sunspot regions, some larger than our own planet, which are the breeding grounds for these powerful eruptions. These observations are crucial because they give us a better chance to forecast when and where the next big storm might originate. It's a race against time, using our best technology to understand a force of nature that is almost incomprehensibly powerful. The shocking revelation isn't one single impending doomsday event. Instead, it's the realization that the overall threat level is significantly higher than we thought. The sun's magnetic field is behaving in complex and unpredictable ways, creating the perfect conditions for a perfect storm. This heightened activity means that a powerful Earth-directed CME is not a question of if, but when. This isn't a cause for panic, but it is a profound call to action. We have been given a clear warning that we must take space weather seriously and accelerate our efforts to protect our vulnerable infrastructure from its effects. This heightened state of alert has galvanized the scientific community. Teams from NASA, NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and other space agencies around the world are collaborating more closely than ever. They are sharing data, refining their predictive models, and working to improve our early warning systems. The goal is to be able to provide notice of a potentially hazardous storm with enough lead time, days, not hours, for authorities and industries to take protective measures. This global cooperation is our best defense against the untamed power of our star, a testament to what we can achieve when we face a common challenge. So what would happen if a truly massive solar storm, like the infamous Carrington event of 1859, were to hit Earth today? The impact would be staggering, primarily because our modern world runs on electricity and is interconnected by delicate electronics. The first casualties would be our satellites in orbit. The flood of energetic particles could fry their sensitive circuits, disrupting global communications, television broadcasting, and weather forecasting. GPS systems, which we rely on for everything from navigating our cars to synchronizing financial transactions and managing logistics, could be knocked out for days or even weeks. Our window to the world and our ability to know precisely where we are could simply vanish. The effects would quickly cascade down to the ground. The powerful magnetic energy from the storm would interact with Earth's own magnetic field, inducing immense electrical currents in our power grids. These currents could overload transformers, causing widespread blackouts that could last far longer than those from a typical terrestrial storm. Imagine entire cities or even countries without power for an extended period. This means no lights, no refrigeration, no internet, no clean water being pumped to our homes, and no functional hospitals. The fragile backbone of our society would be put to the ultimate test by an invisible force from space. Our daily lives would be thrown into chaos. Without power or GPS, supply chains would grind to a halt. Stores would run out of food and essential supplies. Financial markets, which depend on precise timing and global connectivity, would face unprecedented disruption. Air travel would be grounded, as planes rely heavily on satellite communication and navigation. In a world suddenly disconnected and cast into darkness, the intricate web of services we take for granted would unravel with alarming speed. It's a sobering thought that our advanced civilization is, in many ways, more vulnerable to the whims of the sun than ever before. It's important to understand that this isn't about the end of the world, but about a potential global-scale disaster that we have the power to mitigate. The Carrington event of 1859 set telegraph systems on fire, but in that era, the impact was limited. Today, a similar event would be a multi-trillion-dollar catastrophe. The threat isn't to human life directly from the storm's radiation. Our atmosphere protects us from that, but to the technological systems that sustain our way of life. Recognizing this vulnerability is the first and most critical step toward building a more resilient future. Faced with this cosmic challenge, what are we doing to protect ourselves? The good news is that we are not helpless. Scientists at NASA and NOAA are our frontline defenders. They operate a fleet of spacecraft that act as our space weather sentinels, constantly monitoring the sun's activity. Satellites like the Deep Space Climate Observatory, or DSCOVAR, are positioned 1 million miles from Earth, directly between us and the sun. This gives us a crucial early warning, detecting incoming solar winds and CMEs about an hour before they reach our planet. This lead time is vital for power grid operators and satellite controllers to take protective actions. Engineers and scientists are also working on practical solutions to harden our infrastructure. This involves developing new technologies to make our power grids more resilient to geomagnetically induced currents. They are designing smarter systems that can automatically shut down vulnerable components or reroute power to prevent catastrophic failures. For satellites, engineers are creating more robust electronics with better shielding and developing software that can put them into a safe mode during a storm. It's a combination of better forecasting and stronger engineering, a two-pronged approach to safeguarding our technological civilization. You too have a role to play in this cosmic story. The first step is to stay informed. Follow the updates from reliable sources like NASA and NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center. Understanding the science behind space weather helps demystify the threat and allows for rational preparation rather than fear. Supporting scientific research and exploration is more important than ever. The funding that goes into building new observatories and launching new probes is a direct investment in the safety and security of our future. When we advocate for science, we are advocating for our own survival and progress as a species. So the next time you look up at the sky, remember that we are part of a grand cosmic dance. Our sun, the bringer of life, also possesses an immense and untamed power. but we are a species of explorers and problem solvers. We have the curiosity to understand the universe and the ingenuity to face its challenges. By keeping our eyes on the sky, by supporting the quest for knowledge, and by working together, we can ensure that humanity continues to have a bright and shining future under the light of our magnificent and sometimes stormy star. The cosmos is waiting.